everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Clarice, for those who don't know me. I'm a year 1 student doctor at the University of Liverpool. I released a video last week in regards to the course that I took in order to get onto the medical course that I'm on right now, and you should see it at the top right corner, I believe so. And so just watch that, and if you have any questions, leave those questions in the comments and I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. So today I'm just going to briefly talk about the interview process. I'm actually going for a lecture in about 20 minutes, so this is going to be a quick one. So basically the interview process is very daunting, as you probably know, for medical students, but I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what to expect. So you basically have applied and now you've been invited for an interview. It is quite daunting to think about it, but if I knew what I know now, I wouldn't have been as stressed as I was that time. Okay, so basically with the interview process, you have to be aware that with this course, because it's catered to mature students, I felt like it's completely different from other medical school interviews. So you're not really expected to answer, what's the formula of sodium chloride or some biology question that you studied in A-levels. They're trying to see a holistic view of what type of doctor you're likely to be. So I did put in a lot of work preparing for it. I was really scared and I honestly thought this was my last opportunity. So I gave it my best shot basically for a whole month. What helped me, I believe, is preparing quite enough, because the questions that they asked were not the ones that I was expecting. So basically you have to formulate your answers accordingly and make sure that they are well structured. So we were asked, I believe, 4 questions with subsets in 4 different aspects, and they were all weighed equally. But then there was a 5th aspect that was equally weighed as the rest, but it was to do with communication. So as you can see, the importance was really emphasized on communication, because that was going to be portrayed in how you formulate your answers, how you respond to the questions, how you interact with those interviewing you. So all of that, I felt like they really kind of fit in well with those who are a little bit older, because those who are younger, they haven't been exposed to talking to people, knowing how you're going to interact with patients, so they might be more equipped to answering more A-level questions based or complex non-life experience based. So what I would suggest is, pay attention to medical ethics, because by knowing all those things, all those principles, it will help you to formulate your answers appropriately. There was a medical ethics scenario, but the way they ask those questions, it might not be quite obvious, but by preparing you will know that you need to include certain words, certain values and attributes that they will find in a good doctor, and obviously in practicing medicine and doing what's good for the patients. There was also case studies whereby you need to show the core values and attributes of being a good doctor, as the medical school councils set those attributes and you need to know them. So if they ask you, what would you do if you see someone doing something wrong, if you see someone giving the wrong medications or things like that, how would you approach that? Structure your answers by including everything that is quite necessary and that is quite viewed as important in maintaining your integrity as a student doctor and as a doctor. So I would say don't stress too much about it, but it's important to really prepare. And another thing that I quite kind of like ignored was to really research about the course and know exactly what it entails. I went in a little bit blindly. I kind of like focused too much on, you know, why do you want to become a doctor? Why did you choose this university? But I didn't really look into the course and understanding what I'm going to be studying. So make sure you understand all these things. And I'm not talking about what you're going to be studying in medical school. What are you going to be studying in year 0? If you're taking that route, know exactly what you're going to be studying. Know how that's going to affect you, how that's going to benefit you as you go as you move on to medical school. So it's important to really have that holistic picture of how you're going to structure your answers. I personally was too stressed out, so I didn't even tell anyone that I had been offered an interview. So everyone in my household thought I was actually preparing for a very good job interview. And so I was really quiet about it, because I feel like as you get so many rejections, you're not just letting yourself down. It's like you feel like the whole world, your support system is being let down as well. So like my dad used to ask me, what's going on with the applications, and I had reached that point where I was telling him, you know what, Pops, if I have any updates, I will let you know. If I have anything to report, I will let you know. So anytime that I didn't have anything, I would not tell him anything. So until I actually received an offer, that's when I told him I finally got an offer to go and study medicine. So that was my kind of like way of coping with the stress that I was going through. So find your way of preparing for it. Don't be too scared, and just try to find a way to calm yourself. My way was that I always think about what I have a friend called Mark, and he always tells me that everything will be okay in the end, and if it's not okay, then it's not the end. And think about these people interviewing you as normal people. These are people who have feelings, who want to see you as empathic, as compassionate, because that's what makes people human. So they want to see you as that good doctor that is well maintained, that is holistically able to interact with patients. So just be mindful of that. Don't be too scared, because nerves can just literally ruin your interview. Another thing is that when I did mine, it was actually online. So it was terrible because I couldn't really focus on the facial expressions, face-to-face interactions. So it was really hard, because when I was preparing for it, they were telling me I need to look straight onto the camera, and obviously by looking straight onto the camera, you can't see what the faces of the people that are interviewing you are kind of like responding to what you're saying. So that was quite challenging. So hopefully now that we're out of the COVID and the pandemic, I'm not quite sure whether they've actually implemented that right now, but hopefully we'll be face to face and you can be able to see how people are responding to your to your answers, and guide your answers accordingly. Hopefully this has been helpful. Please share, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that every single time I release my videos, you get notified. And thank you so much for your support and for watching, and I'll see you next time. God bless and take care. Bye.